even that little bit at the end that seemed like it was simple, when she did, yeah, that little flip there, going from a nice full belt into the mix there, that is not for the weak. Jessie! I didn't realize we were starting with Jessie. Okay. She's so extra, and I just love the drama.
Said I wanna be somebody, not someone who says they know somebody. I know, I got it. Man.
Okay, so then I have to nerd out about this. Okay, so first of all, her placement is not down where I like to keep mine. She's like, said you wanna be somebody. So her placement is like higher. However, what I love about her is that she can dip down into her really lows. Like, if you know Nobody's Perfect, I honestly think that's one of my favorite songs that she does. And then Who You Are, when she dips down into these really, really rich like notes with so much butter in them, and then she just goes back up to that space, and then she obviously goes into the highs and everything. So her range is not only extensive, but it has texture in all of the different areas. So that's right off the bat, that's one of the things that we love about her.
Man, these feet don't quit. Sing it! I see the palm trees swinging. Picture perfect, that's the part they're playing, but they ain't coughing up the bills I'm paying.
And this is something that we have to talk about. I tell this to my students all the time, but the face card, it helps with the performance so much. And honestly, I don't necessarily see a ton of that with some of the other singers that we've seen on the show so far. Showmanship. It doesn't have as much showmanship. Maybe it's just this semester. Maybe it's just this season. I do remember some very expressive performances last season. This is exactly what you want your audience to feel like when you are singing.
So I stay on my I've been low on the highway, higher than an airplane, dreams so big, burning hotter than a fireplace.
Did you hear the vibrato that she put on the big? Dream so big! And it's so flawlessly done, but we love that. Did you hear that fit? Dun, 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 dun. Love it.
Ride them ups and downs in California, ride them ups and downs in California, ride them ups and downs. My skin be thick like diamonds, 247, that sun be shining, body on my life from the hills I'm climbing.
Okay, so to be fair, we are in verse 2 right now, and I know last week we had somebody who was very, she was very performative. You know, she wasn't doing anything that was vocally challenging, and I actually think she was wearing a similar color. I think she was wearing gray, but I was saying how she was very stylistic. Like, it seemed like it was a fun song. I'm definitely getting that same vibe from Jessie. It's not vocally agile just yet. I know Jessie, so I know that by the end of this song, she's going to bring some fire. But right now, it's not. It's kind of just like, run of the mill, and it's very wordy. We are sitting here and we're looking at Jessie J, and I'm trying to be balanced and reasonable, but honestly, my honest opinion, so far, I know Jessie and I know where she's going, even when I don't know where she's going. It's not really giving me a whole lot.
Ain't no magic tricks. I've been low on the highway, higher than an airplane, dreams so big, burning hotter than a fireplace. When summer started it out.
When some lose some, and the breathiness after lose. So you're not even saying the full word lose. You're kind of just saying lose, and then you're giving the breath. When some lose some. Love that. So stylistic, but so beautiful.
Ride them ups and downs. Where?
Did you hear how many vowels she put in that one word? Da. She did like and then and then ahs. Like, she did several different types of O's in that one hold there, which is, I'm obviously biased because I went through a phase where I was totally obsessed with her voice, her delivery, her style, her runs, everything. But I'm also trying to give a balanced review. So.
In change ya, like the ups and downs, change ya. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for what?
So she has her showmanship is phenomenal. Like we love her. Who's going to get down on their knees and do a full back bend in the middle of a performance? Jessie J is going to do that. But at the same time, she's still not giving me the Jessie that I'm used to, that I'm like waiting for. It's like, I'm hearing the vibe of the song. I'm hearing it's wordy, and we gave a whole, all the time for the amazing instrumentalist, but I feel like, where's Jessie? Is it just me, or do you feel like where's Jessie too?
Come on! California!
And her voice, she's literally landing there, which is like right on the edge of breath and tone. That is super pretty. I think this was the end.
Oh, it's good to be back.
She's here. Her energy and her excitement is it's top tier, and we love that. But if I'm being completely honest, this would not be one of my favorite performances by her, because I feel like we didn't get to see her vocals the way that we would like to see them. Fun fact, when Jessie J first came, my mentor that I was working with, the price tag came on, and she was like, oh, they're not letting her really sing at all. She was so irritated by it. And at that time, I didn't know who Jessie J really was. But obviously after that, I did a deep dive into her and became completely obsessed. But the point that I'm making, so when she first went mainstream, she did not get to show off her vocals the way that we love that she shows off her vocals now in the majority of her songs. And it was, I think, in an effort to help make her more mainstream, make her sound more mainstream and palatable and pop and all that stuff or whatever. And that is kind of what this performance is giving me. It felt very reminiscent to when they wouldn't let her sing, as opposed to the many performances where I have seen Jessie J just pour her heart out into it. So that's my 2 cents on that. But I'm glad, so very glad, that she's all better and she's getting back into her sauce. So I'm looking forward to more performances from her. Okay, no way. Jessie J's doing 2. I like it. I didn't know she was doing 2, so she opens and she closes. That's awesome.
Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain.
So she is letting the song breathe. I actually feel like this performance is going to be a wonderful example of what I was talking about with the young woman who went before, which is a song that, you get all the notes right, you have all the things, but what do you do to it that makes it yours this time. And this is, I mean, who doesn't know Frank Sinatra? This is beyond classic. But I like the way that she's coming in. She's not coming in like she has something to prove, like, oh, look at me, I can flip this on its head. She's literally like, I like the way that she's making it breathe. I really do. And she's not holding. She's not giving me the hold that I prefer. I think I still would prefer it, but I'm also not mad that it's not there. I'm not mad at all.
I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each.
It's because she's not, I am okay with her not having the hold here because she's chopping. She's being very choppy with it. That's not what I meant. She's, okay, let's cut that out. My brain. Now it froze. Come on. What were we about to say? The way that she's delivering the song is very much like a conversation. And I like that because that's a stylistic thing in and of itself. I am talking to you. And because she's singing like that, it kind of leaves you on the edge of your seat. Like, okay, what are you saying next? Ooh, that was nice. Tell me more. So I like this style that she's chosen.
And every highway and more, much more.
More. Was it 2 or 1 at the end? More.
Much more than this. Yes, I did it my way.
She did not say, way. She did not say, way. She said, way. Look at her mouth. She did this and went forward there. Way. What that does is create space back here so that you can get a nice, big, juicy, round sound. No, without constricting your Lord, my words. Without compromising your space. You get a nice big sound there. I like that you can clearly hear that your tongue is down. And this is a trick. You don't want to lean on that, but it's definitely a trick that works. And I have literally taught people to do this 1,000 times. And I love seeing the people whose voice I admire do these things. And so she definitely did do the jaw jut to get that way. And the other part of that is that if you were to open up and fully get the space that you need, way, it would change the integrity of that sound. So by keeping it closed and putting the jaw forward, you're still getting that closed mouth sound, but without compromising the space. So that's just a little nugget to tuck in your pocket.
Regrets, I've had a few, but then again,
yes.
too few to mention. I did what I had to do.
See, it was all teeth. Do instead of do. That's great. We are in the second verse though. We are in the second verse, and I definitely thought that she was going to be a little bit more sing-songy on this verse since she was more conversational on the first verse. And she's not doing that, which makes me feel like I'm watching a Jessie J concert, but I'm not getting the full Jessie J. I want the full Jessie J.
I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway.
Woo! That was nice. That was a closed mouth vowel there. Way. How is she fully spread and have her teeth together, but yet have tons of space and not compromise that note? The tongue in the back, not the front. She's just a lesson in and of herself, isn't she? More. Was that what she did? I don't know. More. I like how she sunk down into the lows. A lot of people don't do that. Starting with a run high and then at the bottom. We like it. We like it.
Much more than this, yes. I did it my way. Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was downtime, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. Thoughts of laughter.
This woman. So I already said, and I literally put my foot in my mouth because I already said that I didn't think that I liked how she was being conversational. She just did a whole climactic part of the song fully conversational. She did not give me all the crazy runs that she does. She didn't go up into a bunch of mix. She just did a nice consistent belt, and she also did it conversationally, but baby girl did it well. Oh my goodness. I forgot to breathe. I liked it a lot. So I completely retract my last statement about her not giving me the full Jessie, because this is a good Jessie. This is a good Jessie.
And I've cried, yes. I've had my fear, my share of
Losing, you see that?
As tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and they'll say, not in a shy way. Oh no, nah, not me, not this girl, no, I did it my way.
This is clearly intentional as far as the conversational thing.
For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to see the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels.
So did you see the E, right? She did not say, oh, what is, which is what a lot of people would do. She's giving the kiss. I talk about the kiss all the time. That you want to give a kiss, like a pouty kiss with your lips, and then you open up. And when you do it like that and you lower your tongue in the back, that helps you to make sure that you're getting all the space that you need. You don't have anything getting in your way, and you can get that E sound out without it sounding spread or squished, because that can cause damage. And obviously she's a pro and she knows that. She is showing off how much she knows about vocal technique right now, which is fantastic. And then I do think that maybe she's trying to stay as close to the original, like maybe just out of respect for the classic, because I know Jessie, and she does the most. She does the most on her songs. So this is actually so mild for her that I'm feeling like at the end, I'm finally feeling like, or accepting that she's choosing to do it in a more classic style, which I also can appreciate, because even with her like toning it down or keeping it simple, we still hear so much of the goodness and the clear vocal skill that she has.
The record shows I took the blows.
And she's very well known for that. When she's performing live, she'll have the in-ear in her ear, and then she'll pop it out like, and you know what? And this is something that I tell my students all the time, and I was inspired by her at least 15 years ago. when you are singing live, when you're singing in general, you want to make sure that you physically know what it feels like when you're hitting different notes and when you're singing in different spaces. That way, if you're on stage and there's a problem with your in-ears, or there's anything going on, you can't hear yourself, the mic isn't working, whatever, you can still deliver an amazing performance because you know what it feels like when you're sunk in the right place. And I have seen her perform too many times and do this right here, where she doesn't have a direct link to hear what she sounds like, but yet she's flawless, absolutely flawless. And that is because this woman is in tune with what it feels like. She knows her voice inside and out. And I marvel at that about her. And it's one of the things that I practice and inspired by her, so that I can have that level of skill whenever I'm performing.
And did it!
So even that little bit at the end that seemed like it was simple, when she did, that little flip there, going from a nice full belt into the mix there, that is not for the weak. I'm not gonna attempt it. No, because she's Jessie and she's a pro. And I just want to sit and bask in the awesomeness that I just experienced. But I do like that she did give me a little bit of her. I love her mix. And she did give us a little bit of that at the end. So yes, I think that was the end there. Oh, she says pause. Let's pick your top 3 for elimination. Be honest. Don't judge Jessie. Oh, I'm going to judge Jessie. Jessie's awesome.